Alright guys, so if you can't tell by the bread there, there's a clutch in there and a flywheel there and hardware, and we're gonna put a clutch in this thing. Well, actually first I'm gonna pull the transmission out. The engines are, well, I have an engine for it, so I'm gonna pull the transmission out so I can do everything over here and then put it together. Well, this is a fork style, cool. I thought it had the internal slave cylinder for some reason, but this is the external type. Perfect. I was kind of worried about it being the internal because I wasn't sure if the slave cylinder was good on it, but I have the GoPro on me, but I forgot to bring the SD card, so I'm not gonna be able to record on that. So you guys won't get to see me work on it exactly, but since I'm already gonna be here today, this is a setup. I'll record updates. So for now I'm gonna get it jacked up, get under there, see what I need to take off to get the transmission out all the way, and then after that we're gonna move over to the garage and get the engine on the cherry picker so we can start assembling everything. All right, update. I got the car up. We got a 14 ready. It's a little sketchy. She's a little wobbly, but I think we'll live. If we get down under here, let's see. So we just have this cross membrane support, and the rest is already loose. So just for the fact of not wanting to disconnect that as of right now, since we don't have the engine in, I think once I drop this and I can slip it out forward, should just slip out from this right here. Other than that, the only other thing I saw other than these four and this one right here is the slave cylinder line. I have to remove that. So that's a 12, got some 14s over here, I believe. I might be lying to you guys, so I'll let you guys know after I remove them if I was right. I just eyeballed them. So 14s and a 12, and this should slip out. Gonna use the jack here to support this up while I drop this rear mount. It's hanging on the front lip right there on the subframe, front subframe. So we're gonna do that. See, what time is it? It is 10:35. We have it all jacked up. I'm gonna remove these 5 bolts, the slave cylinder hose up there, and then hopefully this just slips out. And we'll get started on cleaning everything and assembling everything, marrying the transmission and the engine together. So I'll get back to you guys once I pop this out. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes. I got it out. So I did have to remove that drive shaft support there. Forget what it's called exactly. I should probably know this since I'm taking manual transmission and differentials this semester, and we just did midterms. But nonetheless, I got it out. Disconnected that clutch line there, or the the clutch line. I probably should have put a bag or something over that. All the transmission fluid drained out the back here. I'm also seeing there's a seal here that I might want to replace before I put this back in. I am doing the rear main seal on the engine now that we're doing the clutch, but I mean, the whole point is it's a budget build. I'm not trying to make the car super nice, but somewhat functional from the experience that I've acquired over the years. So like rear main seal, definitely a go. Now that I'm in here, that seal back there, might want to do it. It didn't look like it was leaking or anything, but if it's only like $20-$30, you know, I'd rather put it in now than have to do it later.
So we'll see how much that costs. But in the meantime, we're gonna wait for cousin Gilbert to get back, and then that we can get into the garage, get the cherry picker, get the engine, hoist it up, clean everything up, get the clutch in there, and get the transmission married to the engine. And then from there, we'll just we're gonna kind of eyeball line it up and see what all I'm missing. I believe I do have the motor mounts, so should be able to fit it in there today. But I don't know if I have all the other hardware that I need to get it going. I know for a fact I'm not gonna get it running today, but this is a small little update. I guess I'll come back once we get that engine hoisted up. All right, so a little update, guys. First of all, you can probably tell I switched to 0.5 camera zoom, better FOV. As you can tell, we're in a different area right now. We're in the garage. I don't want to show too much in there, some of my stuff. But if we come down here, I did a little small visual inspection of the engine. Everything seems to be in order. It's a good thing I got the rear main seal. It's leaking a little on the bottom top of the, what is this? The oil pan? I don't know, I forget. Maybe let's not focus on trying to name things correctly because I'm terrible at that. I do have ADHD. But anyways, some of the bolts, I think 2 of the bolts were stripped. So I'm going to get the new ones that I got. I'm going to get one and just kind of run it through all those, clean them, make sure that those aren't stripped in there. As you can see, there's also a little blemish on here. I'm going to just get a file and kind of file that flat. But other than that, I mean, it's not gonna be perfect. It is a super budget build, but there's the engine. Rear main seal, slap the clutch on, flywheel clutch, and then here's the transmission. We do have a new throwout bearing for this. Oh, also I need to in the motor put the new pilot bearing, and so we'll do that and get this all cleaned up, and then marry these two together. And then I'll get back with you guys once I do this. I might try and set this up with the table here, like a little tripod. I don't have a tripod, but I might try to set one up just so you guys can see me working on that for a little bit. And it's currently 12:36. So we did have breakfast. We had to go to the store, get some things, and then we had to get all this over here, all the tools over here. I left the car way down there. I got it off the jack stands. I got the shaft picked up so we can push it over here later once we're ready to put the motor in. So give me a couple minutes, and or I guess for you guys it's gonna be instantly, but let's go to the next part. All right, so here are we at the next part. I packed some bread to get this pilot bearing out because I do not have a pilot bearing puller currently. Here's all the new hardware from Z1 Motorsports. Sorry, probably can't hear me with all the noise going on. But just pull that out. Find the correct hardware. There it is. So here's one of those flywheel bolts. We're just gonna run these through every single one and make sure that these are all good. I'm gonna probably get the impact. I don't want to be sitting here forever. Yeah, it looks like that pilot bearing also has some damage on it, so good thing we're replacing that as well. All right, here I am. We gotta try that one. Let's try this next one. Oh, man, I really have to fight my my intrusive thoughts to just send it there. That would have not been good. All right, so thankfully all the threads on the crankshaft and of course I smacked the shit out of it, are good. So we got all new hardware, OEM hardware from Z1 Motorsports. We also got a new rear main seal. This didn't come, the OEM one didn't come with gaskets. I know Felpro's kit comes with the gasket, but I'm assuming, seeing as these don't ship with one, that it's RTV. Stock OEM is RTV, so I do have some high temp RTV in the car. Let's go ahead and take these off. 10 millimeters. All right. And now we just got to figure out how to knock this thing loose. All right, so you probably saw how I just took this off. Yeah, don't do it like that. Don't do it like me at all. All right, now that we got this off, I got a gasket scraper. I'm gonna try and cover this up a bit, so see if we can't get this big glob out of here without dropping it into the oil pan. Nice. Isn't that satisfying? All right, next I'm gonna stuff this little towel in here. Stop the debris from falling in. Alright. Rear main seal is almost ready to go on. Let me go grab the file so I can file this sharp little edges down a little bit before we put that rear main seal on. Alright, looks pretty good. I mean, for a budget build, right? It's not like we're trying to get this thing 100%. As long as we can swing it into a wall, that's all we want, chat. Come on now. My legs hurt. All right, do you guys want to see how we're gonna get this bearing out? Check out the bread method. I always think this is pretty cool. Let's see, will this be enough? Will this be enough bread? I think it might be perfect. Ah, she's out. What a beauty. All right, well, we damaged our thing a little bit, but it should be fine. Another win for super budget builds. So I'm gonna clean this out. I'm gonna get that bearing put in. I'm gonna get this all RTV'd, put the new rear main seal on, and I'll update you guys once I'm there, and then I'll update you guys again once I put the clutch on and stuff like that. So see you guys in a bit. All right, so update guys, we got the rear main seal in, the new throwout bearing. I forget what bearing that one is. That bearing in there, in the crankshaft. Pilot bearing, the pilot bearing, yes, we do know what it is. So we got the new rear main seal and the pilot bearing in. I'm gonna get the clutch, the flywheel. I'm gonna slap the flywheel on there, put the clutch all lined up, torque everything down to spec. And then we're gonna get the transmission, clean it up, new throwout bearing on that, slap this together, torque everything down to spec, and then we'll see what's going on then. I'll update you guys as we go, but this is where we're at so far. All right, update guys. Clutch is in, everything's been torqued down to spec. I didn't really get a picture of the flywheel by itself, but it is a single piece 17-pound lightweight off eBay. I don't know, OEM Excetti clutch. Got everything torqued down to spec. Use thread locker. Got a new throwout bearing pressed onto the fork connector, and then got this all greased up. As soon as we pull this out, we can marry these together and torque everything up. So that's what that looks like one more time, and that's what that looks like. Looks pretty good. Pretty good, not bad. So we're just gonna slap these two together now and show you when we're done. All right, update guys. Engine and transmission have been married. It's ready to go in the car. It's getting late though. It's almost 4:30, 4:23 currently. Got all the tools packed up in the car. We're gonna go ahead and throw a tarp on this, and then Sunday we're gonna come back and push the car over here, roll it up into here so we can slap the engine in there. So you guys will probably see this video first, and then you guys will see the video of me and my cousin helping me putting the motor into the car. So that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, it's coming along well. Pretty excited. Can't wait for it to get going. But thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you liked. I'd appreciate it. Might actually be famous one day. But if not, at least we're enjoying ourselves while we're doing it.